Stay tuned if you want to learn everything you need to know about dwarf gouramis. Hey, what's up YouTube? So let's just get started right into facts about the dwarf gourami. So to start off, this guy is a powdered blue dwarf gourami, and he's just under 2 inches big. So the scientific name for dwarf gouramis, I'm going to fail this, is Trichogaster lalius. Correct me if I pronounce that wrong in the comments, please. They originate in southern Asia, primarily in India, Bangladesh, among other places. But as a consequence of the aquarium hobby, they've been spread throughout the world. Now these guys, they don't get too big, hence the name dwarf gourami. They get to 2 or 3 inches big and can stand to live in a 10-gallon tank. Some people recommend 5-gallon tanks or bigger, but I wouldn't recommend going below 10 gallons. Now, these guys are very peaceful. As you see, I have them with platies, which are much smaller, also peaceful fish. So they are able to be in a community tank, planted tank, or species only tank. They do live about 4 years if treated properly, so just keep that in mind. Cool thing about the dwarf gourami is they'll swim throughout all levels of the tank. Normally there's fish that swim on top, middle, and bottom, but you'll find this guy swimming all throughout the tank in this video. Right now he's waiting for food, so he might be towards the top for a little bit longer than normal. Now, an interesting thing about these guys is they lay eggs, and the way they do this is bubble nests. So with floating leaves or plants on the top of the water, he'll create bubbles on the surface, and that will be for eggs. And when he breeds with the female, he'll scoop up the eggs and put them each in a bubble. And the only other fish that I know that does this is a betta fish. I'm sure there's many other fish that do this, but in my knowledge, I only know these guys and betta fish. And the interesting thing, another comparison between them and bettas, is that dwarf gouramis are labyrinth fish, meaning that they could breathe air out of the surface of the water. So all fish need oxygen, but these guys are able to get it through the water and through the surface. But because of that, it's important to keep a tight lid on the surface. One, because the gourami can jump out, but two, you want humid and warm air to stay in the water, in the aquarium right above. It's just better for the fish because they're used to being in humid and hot environments. Now, another thing to point out is these guys are omnivores, so they'll pretty much eat anything that you feed them. I'm feeding these guys standard flake food plus some blood worms as well, which are mosquito larvae. Oh, he is hiding from you guys. Sorry, let me try to find him again. Here, I'll actually feed him for you, just so you'll stay up. Give me a second to grab the food. As you can see, the lighting in this tank isn't the best, so you don't always get to see his colors, but every so often you'll see the shimmer. Really doesn't do it justice through the video, but it's pretty cool to see. When he comes up to eat, you'll be able to see better, I hope. I feed this guy about two times a day, along with the rest of the fish. It's the pretty standard thing. They're very low maintenance, very easy to take care of. pH, anywhere between 6 and 7.5, but they are known to be able to stand things outside that, but you probably wouldn't need to worry about that because most tap water and such falls in that range. Temperature is standard for tropical fish. They could withstand 72 to 82 degrees comfortably. However, I recommend staying towards the warmer end of the spectrum just because they're more active. And it tends to, from my experience, they seem a lot healthier. And last thing I want to point out with these guys is, like many other fish, the males usually are much more colorful and larger than the females. Oh, and he's hiding. But with that being said, that's pretty much all you need to know about a Dwarf Gourami to keep them. And if you have any other questions about this fish, let me know in the comments below, because I'm sure I missed some things. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you next video.